Hello and good morning. Welcome to another Wonder Women Wednesday right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome to a brand new midweek edition, guys. It's a day where we look at our to-do list and we are like, what have I accomplished this week so far? Or it also sort of charges us on what's left to do for the rest of the week.
Indeed.
So welcome, guys. Welcome.
Yeah. So sometimes on Wednesday, I'm like, how many people that were owing me last week have paid me?
Oh my God.
Yes.
You are
and then how much money am I still going to make before Friday? You know, hey, it depends on where your mind is. But Wednesdays are a hump day for a reason. It's a reminder to not let your hair down yet, not quite yet. The grind continues and we have to hit the ground running. Yeah. Endless
possibilities ahead of us, guys.
Yes. Sir.
Let's not stop at it. Let's keep going. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the undefeated champion of breakfast television, guys.
Yeah.
And we welcome you in this morning. And of course, my name is Imiokoche.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. It's a pleasure being here with you every morning. Don't forget to use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms. We love hearing from you, and we love that you can be part of our journey.
Remember, guys, that you can tune in live through our mobile app available for download on the iOS or Android store, right?
Indeed,
Android or iOS store.
So some are on GOTV, some are on StarTimes. GOTV is channel 16. Some for StarTimes it's 121.
Yes.
And of course for terrestrial TV it's channel 49. Yeah.
Yes, we are always here to brighten up your mornings, add that extra color that your day needs. Right? You can also connect with us on all our social media platforms.
Yeah.
Remember, it's at TVC Entertainment _. We are a community of positivity and immense joy. So join us, guys. We're waiting on those comments.
Yeah. Speaking of immense joy, it gives me immense pleasure, joy to welcome the Wake Up Nigeria princess herself, the one and only Winfrey Agbelishe.
Hi, Titi. Whenever you introduce me, it just has something, like there's just something that just goes on.
Thank you.
It makes me really happy. But I'm great. You girls look really cute.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful mornings, bright and bubbly, and I'm back one, but that's good, that's cool.
Great energy.
Good morning, guys. I mean, it's a Wednesday edition, and I mean, we're gonna have fun today, so yeah, I'm ready.
Hopefully so. Let's dive into
I feel like those earrings are about to make you fall over, though. They look like they weigh a ton.
No.
They look, seriously.
So we'll just dive into what we have right here on the show on nutrition this morning. Oluwaseun Adewale is a registered nurse, wellness coach, and weight loss consultant dedicated to promoting healthier, more vibrant lifestyles. She is the founder of Delight Juices and Smoothies. And this morning, we talk about BMI, Body Mass Index.
Feels like a jam question. You know, it feels like a math problem.
And finally, Chigo. She is the star of the moment in the Inside Life series, master of ceremonies, singer, TV host, actor, and comedian. She'll be joining us to share her journey, especially experience on the set of Inside Life with us.
Yeah.
I love her hair.
Yeah, the color.
I love it. I tried that once.
The gray color?
No.
Oh,
I tried going bald.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I dyed my hair. There's this particular color. It's not a primary color. It's not one of those, colors, but I loved it at the time.
So I feel like we all go through phases, but I just wanted to touch on the fact that we also have relationship today. A relationship conversation. Hannah's going to be back, our intimacy coach. She is
wait. Why do we always have that conversation?
What?
On this couch.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
What's your?
So it's just in an effort to spice up the other room. We have Hannah coming back today. Yeah, that's the conversation.
This is the third week.
Yeah.
Aren't you tired?
No, about this?
No. It's spicing up the other room. That's it. It's going to be an interesting one. But also, I'm a proud mommy.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? So the twins ran for election, I think 2 weeks ago. I mentioned this on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And we campaigned for Amber and Ruby. Now, Amber is head girl of her school.
Congratulations.
And Ruby is the library prefect, the custodian of knowledge.
How much lobbying did you do?
Lobbying? Honestly, the school, they watched the show. right? And they can attest to, I did not make a single phone call, even though I wanted to. I did not send a single text message, even though I wanted to do broadcasts, but I just let them run, the campaign themselves.
I mean, they're sharp girls, so definitely not even...
I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Mommy's proud of you. I love you.
Congratulations, Amber and Ruby.
Thank you.
You know, Ruby is the one after my heart.
Yes, I know. She's the little diva.
Yeah.
On that note, I think it's time for us to check what the weather is like. We'll be back.
It's time for the news. My name is Emem Kwache. We update you with the People's Democratic Party following the recent suspension and counter-suspension of party leaders. Chairman of PDP Governors Forum, Governor Bala Mohammed, says the crisis has been resolved and suspended National Working Committee members have been called back. Governor Mohammed spoke during the launching its campaign for the 2024 governorship election in Ondo State, with the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, urging the people of the state not to sell their conscience.
Don't worry about it.
This is the launch of the People's Democratic Party PDP campaign in Ondo State ahead of the November 16 governorship election. Members and leaders of the PDP from the 18 local government areas of the state converge on Oyemekun Road in Akure for the rally.
Our mother here is here too.
Governors of Osun, Bauchi, and Oyo State were present at a well-attended rally. In his speech, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State urged people of the state to vote for the PDP and shun vote buying.
Please go out word to word, house to house over the next 3 weeks. Win souls for PDP. It shall be well with us.
Opportunity have come to you once again to change the narratives, to change hunger, to chase poverty and insecurity. Abola Ajayi is a well-tested candidate that can deliver dividend of democracy to all of you in Ondo State.
And I want to assure you that this party is one. There is no faction. There is no division. We are together. And you can see we are all here.
Governor Makinde also called for the removal of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) resident electoral commissioner in the state. His counterpart from Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, the party's governorship candidate in the state, Agbola Ajayi, and other leaders followed the same line and sought the people's support.
Our governor Awole has passed a message. The National Electoral Commissioner Ondo State, Barrister Babalola, must leave Ondo State to create level playground for this election.
The PDP said it is ready to wrestle power from the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) in the state with the support of the people.
God bless you all.
Now to the foreign scene. The U.S. has written to Israel, giving it 30 days to boost humanitarian aid access in Gaza or risk having some U.S. military assistance cut off. The letter sent on Sunday amounts to the strongest known written warning from the U.S. to its ally and comes amid a new Israeli offensive in northern Gaza that has reportedly caused a large number of civilians' casualties. It says the U.S. has deep concerns about the deteriorating humanitarian situation, adding that Israel denied or impeded nearly 90% of humanitarian movements between the north and south last month. There was no comment from Israel, which says it is targeting Hamas operatives in the north and not stopping the entry of humanitarian aid on Monday. The Israeli body, which managed crossings into Gaza, said 30 lorries carrying aid from the World Food Programme had entered northern Gaza through the Erez crossing. That ended a 2-week period during which the UN aid said no food was delivered to the north, and supplies essential for survival were running out for the 400,000 Palestinians there. The U.S. is by far the biggest supplier of arms to Israel, and the Israeli military has relied heavily on U.S.-supplied aircraft, guarded bombs, missiles, and shells to fight the war against Hamas in Gaza over the past year. And that's all we can take on the news. The show continues shortly. Stay with us.
Wonder Woman Wednesday, right here on Wake Up Nigeria. So much to talk about. First of all, a lot of people have been having challenges taking public transportation. The cost of fares has just been sporadic. It's just not been stable for a lot of different journeys that would cost there. It does feel like the transport workers have sort of had free rein on whatever.
So yeah, we'll
price on it.
Okay, we'll continue with the conversation, but let's go on a quick break, people. The show continues shortly. Please stay with us. And we're back.
Yes.
So staying with us, people. So yeah,
Indeed.
Titi, you were saying.
Yeah, what I was talking about was the fact that a lot of bus fares are unpredictable now. A lot of people get on the road in the morning not knowing what it's going to cost for them to get from point A to point B. And we heard earlier in the week that the Red Line rail structure just, started functioning.
Yeah.
Now, these are areas that...
operational now.
Exactly, it's operational now. And I was looking at some of the fares, even though I was, I thought the fares would be lower, to be honest. I thought they would be lower. I'm hearing from people that, because I actually wouldn't know, I'm hearing from people that it's actually sort of cheaper than some bus routes have become because of course, the price of fuel. And of course, the bus drivers and conductors now are just putting any fare. It doesn't feel like there's a table or anything like that. But it might interest you to know that from Agbado to Oyingbo, there are train routes running from, I believe, 6 a.m. And it goes through Agbado, Iju, Agege, Ikeja, Oshodi, Mushin, Yaba, and Oyingbo. So there is a straight train from one side to the other. That's one end of Lagos to the other. And let's see, I can see a 5:20 p.m. train from Oyingbo all the way to Agbado.
How much is this?
I'm going to take the prices now. I just wanted to touch on the routes first for people to understand that it's available. So let's say Agbado, Iju, Agege, 500 naira.
Okay.
That's considered zone 2. Then zone 1 is Agege to Ikeja, Agege to Oshodi, Agege to Mushin, Agege to Yaba. Those are all 1,000 naira. Agege to Oyingbo is 1,000 naira. Then zone 1 and 2, that's Agbado, all the way to Oyingbo is 1,500 naira. So the whole idea is for
Agbado to Oyingbo.
Yes, Agbado,
That is
all
Ogun
the way.
States, that area.
Yeah.
To Oyingbo, that is Yaba,
after
towards
Yaba.
Costain.
Yes, all the way across, 1,500 naira. I thought it was interesting that, the rail line had been structured that way because so many people, thousands of people ply that route every single morning.
I can imagine how much the BRT will cost.
We should actually confirm that and do some kind of...
But then again, I also saw reports, some posts of RCCG, that's Redeem, is also offering free transportation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, from some areas in Lagos State to other areas.
Wow.
I think you just have to look out for the timings so that you can, be a part of the system. And I think a lot other religious centers should, it's not by force. So for we're just saying just to aid the ease of living.
It's not a situation of whether it's
just
by
to
force
ease
or not, whether
the living
whether
conditions.
you want to accept it or not.
Yeah.
The church literally has a responsibility to the state.
Sure.
Do you understand? And a lot of times, or rather recently, we're seeing a lot of churches really being just about themselves and themselves, but by that I mean, okay, fine, increasing, expanding, going international and all of that and everything.
But the people here need help before.
Exactly, so the people here need help, and it's not just about, I mean, fine, the word is great, but what's the spirit of the word, really? And even, not even only Christianity, even like religious, I mean, other religions as well. When you talk about it, what actually is important to note is that, the idea of all of that is literally love and sharing that love, do you understand? You can literally be in your castle and claim righteous when other people are literally like suffering around you and all of that. It's also important to also note that, the free bus services was started or instigated by Harvester's ministry, which really started probably like a month or 2 months ago. And
I think I saw that as well.
Yeah, so they actually have routes going, free buses going from several areas in Lagos to other areas. And it's really amazing because, the church started it, and it's also important to know that members also now took up initiatives to also book these bus services for people to literally...
And I'll also add that I have also seen that a few organizations have also partnered with, some of these e-hailing services to help, sort of also make transportation easier. So they give at a discounted rate for employees. I think they have a system where they take it off from their salaries, but, they ensure that at certain times they are, at the bus stops waiting, and, it's like how you join the staff bus in the morning, and then this bus is...
I wanted to touch on something. All over the world there are, cards, travel cards.
Yeah.
The UK has had travel cards for donkey years. So in America, the fact that we have our own travel card now, I think it's called the Cowrie card.
Cowrie card, yeah.
Cowrie card now, it's going to also reduce queues at the train stations. So in other words, you could probably be able to load the Cowrie card and use it to get from one point to the other without thinking of having to, look for change or have cash on you, etc. Et
I think one of the challenges would usually be the lack of information, right?
Yeah.
And awareness.
People don't know.
A lot of people really do not know that these, services
are available.
Are available to make, leaving transportation easier generally. And I think at this point, I don't like to call myself out because I feel like that sometimes on my drive to the office, I'm tempted to want to, carry on one or two people that I see at the bus stops, but then I'm a bit security conscious.
Yeah, of course.
It just, it drives me crazy sometimes. I really, really want to help, but I'm like, oh, okay.
It's high risk. It's high risk,
right? But I feel that it should, because it's still something I'm still working out in my mind. I will eventually at some point, but I also know that there are a few other people who are, helping, to, carpool. Have a carpooling system at their offices. Even yesterday I went to Lagos Island and I realized that even after working hours, there are a lot more people who are not going home with their vehicles because of, maybe they don't have enough fuel or they don't even have fuel at all. So you have more people, carrying, going with a certain person, and then they sort of run a shift. Maybe this Monday it's you, Tuesday it's another colleague, Wednesday it's another colleague, just to make
things easier.
I think it's also important to also note, because I remember when the post was dropped on the group, Mary also made certain comments. Whether we like it or not, these rates as they are actually still high.
Because
let's think about the people that regularly ply or probably use or make use of public transport systems. These are people that are used to fares. Far back as from like 50 naira, 100 naira, 200 naira. Okay, with the hike, prices literally went from 200, 300, 400. No doubt right now we're talking about buses literally charging for about 1,000, 2,000 even at some points. I know there was a situation where someone actually gave an experience of him actually being at the bus station and the buses being full. Despite the fact that there were people standing, they couldn't afford to literally pay those fares, so they had to stand. But then again, the buses couldn't reduce their prices because of the fuel. And they have several factors that make them, put their prices at, I know you said there was no cap, they're just putting at the price. Because, there's a fuel price.
Of course.
There's also now the stress and hassle to even get
the fuel.
Do you understand? So, there's several, so just think about it. A lot of people are parking their cars now. Maybe those people that are parking their cars and using public transports can afford these train services. But then let's talk about the regular trader, the little who goes to the market and makes how much? 15 naira on good sales, 10 naira profits on good sales. Can they really afford it? So that's why the fact that, this is a welcome development. I still think we still need some level of, we need something.
Yeah.
We need something to literally
some level
help
of subsidy.
We need something
to actually help
cushion the effect,
basically. Just allow, because a lot of people talk about the fact that it just seems as if the middle class is like easily being wiped out. And then a lot of people are literally falling below the poverty line. And it's actually,
It's actually, so one thing I was going to talk about once I touched on the card was the fact that at least there's no conductor to drag for your change now.
Yes, but then again,
nobody, I don't think there's anybody that has done public transport that has not tried to drag change.
Let's talk about how realistic that card is.
Is it for the danfos or the BRT buses?
So
I think we need to be specific here because I know that danfo buses
No, I was
do
talking
not
about
do
the trains. I was talking about the trains. I'm talking about the trains.
Now let's talk about how will they work. We've had network issues. We're talking about internet in Nigeria, with the cars, with the loading, with all of that. Now, even with normal bank cards, I know how difficult it is sometimes. For the past how many days, I've been having serious issues with banks. We know how, when we talk about registration, talking about, so like there are lots of several factors that affect it. But then again, welcome developments.
Yes.
We just keep on thinking of how to make it better. And
better. We will definitely be watching and listening. Of course, social media is always there for us to keep seeing. People will be sharing their experiences eventually. Hopefully it's a welcome development for more people than not. And hopefully there might be a reduction in the fare. You never know.
And then it's also a call to be your brother's keeper. People.
Exactly.
Let's look out for one another in any way that we can help each other. Make life easier for one another. Let's do that. And we'll go on a quick break now.
At this point, we'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us #WakeUpNigeria TVCE on Instagram. We can't wait to hear your thoughts.
And we'll be back in a bit. Stay with us, people.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning, and it's my absolute pleasure to be here with you. And today I have another new chef, and her name is Chef Idofe. Hi, Chef. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good.
All right. Tell me about. Let's get to meet you. This is your first time on the show. Let's get to meet you. What's your full name, and how long have you been cooking for?
I'm Idofe Ukonga Uzioma.
Okay.
For my business name is Idofe's Kitchen.
Idofe's Kitchen.
Yeah, I've been cooking for close to 3 years now.
Oh, nice. Nice. Like professionally, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how's it been? What's the experience been like? Was it about cooking that literally makes you want to just keep doing it?
The society is really competitive.
Yes, it is.
We try to strive to push to make sure business go.
Yes.
We need to eat.
We need to eat, we need to eat, and people must eat every single day. So it's actually very important what you do. Amazing. Thanks for joining us. How does it feel being on the show? Wake Up Nigeria.
I'm excited, and it's another way for me to showcase myself and what I know how to do best.
Of course, amazing. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of interesting things here. Like, I'm super interested. So tell me, what are we making today?
We're making okra soup.
Okra?
And semo.
What type of okra? They have different types of okra. Is it seafood okra?
No, it's not seafood. This okra I'm trying to make now, it's the okra we normally do during our festive period. From Akoko Edo State.
From Akoko Edo State. That's my Edo sister right there. Amazing. All right, please run me through the ingredients we're going to be using for this okra soup today.
We have our okra.
Okay.
The snail.
All right.
This is very compulsory.
Very compulsory.
Even the black fish.
Oh, yes.
We have here
catfish, smoked catfish.
Our meat.
Meat, okay.
And the native mangi, salt, pepper, and every other.
People don't know. Native mangi is which one? Iruabi?
Yes, this is ogri. We call it ogri. Yeah.
Okay, and it's also known as native mangi.
Yes.
Amazing. And we have our onions there, our salt, seasoning cubes, our palm oil, and what are we having it with?
Semo.
Semovita. Okay, so you have the dry fish, you have crayfish here, you have your ugu leaf,
pepper,
all right?
and the snail.
And the snail. Okay, so what do we have in this bowl?
Meat stock.
Okay, so that's what you got from boiling the beef.
Meat, yeah.
All right, amazing. It actually seems like a dish that is not going to take a lot of time.
No.
Right? So tell me, run me through the process before we start anything. Just tell me what's the process? Because people want to know. Right? How are you going to be making it? What goes into the pot first?
Okay, my meat stock going into the pot first.
Okay.
Then I put my meat back.
Okay.
For it to get eaten a bit.
Okay.
Then I wash the fish, add to it.
Okay.
After some time, I add the snail.
All right.
And before putting every other thing, I take off the snail, For it not to get too soft.
Okay.
Then I put my oil before the okra, then
every other thing goes in. All right, so what are we doing to the pepper now? We slicing, blending?
Blending. Blend alongside with the onion and the crayfish.
Okay, we're blending the pepper, the onion, and the crayfish together. And at what point does it go in?
Before putting
the okra. All right, amazing. Seems like a very straightforward dish. And of course, on the side, we'll be making our semovita, right? And of course, in case you want to try this recipe at home, right there on the screen, you have your ingredients. And we have okra soup and semolina. And for this, we have okra, dry fish, snail, meat, native Maggi, pepper, vegetable, semolina. All right, make sure you try this recipe at home and do not miss a beat. Feel free to mix it up. If you're the type that literally likes seafood, feel free to go in with seafood and all of that. All right, so now what do we start with? What's the first thing we're going to do?
The pots.
All right, the pots. So like this and this are turned on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go with this.
Okay. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. We have that. So our meat stock goes in. And the meat, and the next stop. All right, so once that is heated up, amazing. Okay, so come, chef, tell me. So what's the name of your restaurant again? Idofe's Kitchen. Where is it located?
At Egbeda.
Egbeda. All right, what type of meals do you actually prepare?
Like, I do have menus for different days.
Okay.
Like on Monday, I have my rice and pepper rice and assorted stew.
Okay.
Then I have my egusi obolo for Mondays.
For Monday.
And Tuesday is another different.
Okay, so every single day we have different menus. So people actually can order from their homes, from their offices. Do you actually batch deliver as well?
Yes, I do.
All right, amazing. Okay, so you know definitely where to get your local and in contemporary dishes if you actually want some. All right, so I mean, we're having a very interesting conversation right now in regards to breast cancer awareness, and we have TT standing by on the couch for that conversation.
Thank you, Winfrey. Now, for many years, we've heard and discussed breast cancer awareness in October. Now, I don't think there's any family that doesn't know someone who has had such an experience. And over the years, the awareness of breast cancer has been extremely important to prevention of this particular ailment affecting families across Africa. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month once again, and we're joined by Dr. Modupe Elebute Odunsi. Now, she is the co-founder and CEO of Marcel Ruth Cancer Center and Specialist Hospital. She's also founder and chairwoman in Healthcare Network, Women in Healthcare Network. It's great to have you here on the couch with us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking our time from your extremely busy schedule to talk to us about this. It is a topic we've heard about over and over again, but we cannot stress the importance of continuing to speak about this. But what are the new realities when it comes to breast cancer?
I think the biggest reality is that worldwide, screening and early detection makes a significant difference to how people respond to treatment and their overall outcome. So in simple terms, if somebody presents very early on, when she just found a lump, for example, when you're having a shower or when you're doing your monthly checks where all women are supposed to examine their breasts every morning when you're in the shower, then even if the diagnosis is cancer, the treatments are very effective and the patient can be cured of the cancer and live a normal life, and that's for sure. But if somebody ignores the lump or doesn't know what to do about it, or goes somewhere and doesn't progress with the investigations and get treatment early, and they present with advanced cancer, then it doesn't matter what treatments we have available, there's not actually much that we can do about it.
Okay.
And that's obviously can be quite sad. So I know it sounds like it's repetitive, but you can imagine that particularly in our country where we have 200 million people, in majority of whom are, I think, women, we do need to continue with this message. Also, because we don't have a structured screening program, like in other parts of the world, where when you get to age 40 or age 45, you get a letter in the post or an SMS on your phone saying you need to go and have your mammogram.
Okay.
We don't have that system. So it falls on us and people like you, thankfully, thank you very much, to help us with that message.
Okay.
That, it is, if you notice anything in your breast, if you notice a lump, if you notice something that looks like a wound, if you notice a discharge from your nipple that's not meant to be there, if any area is cracked and is not healing, all those things. I mean, just be an ordinary infection, it could just be dryness, but if it persists for up to 3 weeks, then you should definitely go and see a doctor and get it checked out.
Okay. Now, I feel like it's our responsibility to check ourselves.
Yes.
But it does feel like there's a certain level of doubt or stigma or the God forbid factor that is affecting a lot of women, or let's say families now, from actually going for further investigation. Can you give us some statistics? Are people coming more to get checked or less in these days?
Oh, definitely people are coming more.
Okay.
And honestly, it is as a result of,
awareness.
Awareness,
Yeah.
not just from the medical point of view, but in particular, as you know, social media, is helping us quite a lot. And people are presenting, and they're presenting earlier too.
Okay.
There are lots of NGOs, there are lots of churches who are helping with this drive with awareness.
Sure.
But Titi, the first thing I want to say also is that, breast cancer is not just limited to women. Men also get breast cancer. And that's one thing I think that I always want to stress when we're talking about breast cancer.
Okay.
Because when men then notice a lump, they ignore it because they don't think that it could be breast cancer.
Okay.
But we have got men who have breast cancer as well. But definitely people are presenting more. And people are presenting earlier, which is fantastic.
Which likely means that they're healing more. They're getting healed or cured of it more.
Well, I mean, they present earlier. Now, in our environment, we also have a number of other concerning issues.
Okay.
Sometimes people don't progress with their treatment because they may go to church and then they were told that, oh, we prayed about it, it's gone away, don't go back. Some people, there's herbal medicine going on. And then, as you mentioned just now, there's the stigma.
Yeah.
And also, as you can imagine, for a woman in a marriage or in a relationship, there's a huge amount of concern about, if I tell my husband, or even if they start going to the hospital and then they're told they're going to need maybe chemotherapy and their hair's going to fall out. But also, it's the surgery that worries women most. Okay. I'm going to lose my breast. Who am I going to be after this? What am I going to be to my husband, my children? I've just come back from a meeting in the US, and even there, there's a huge section discussing the body image after treatments for breast cancer and what we could do about this to make it more acceptable for people to receive treatments.
Sure. I have to say that I've always done what I can to see myself as the person inside, not just physically. But we cannot push aside the body image factor. I actually have a friend that went through it, but thankfully she had the finances to do full reconstructive surgery after removing all the affected tissue. But the issue of going under the knife these days, in 2024, is going under the knife as difficult, scary, as risky as it was, let's say, 5 years ago?
No, it's not risky, but if consider that sometimes when somebody finds a lump or has this diagnosis, it might be their first time of even ever seeing a doctor or even accessing healthcare. Or maybe all they've had before in the past was a chest infection. And now suddenly you're saying, one day I'm going to work or I'm on TVC and tomorrow you're telling me that I've got cancer. It's a huge word. And also the first thing that comes to people's mind is my mortality. Am I going to die? So there's a lot of concern about that. But like I said, with breast cancer specifically, even in settled marriages and there is that concern that if I lose my breast, who will I be after this? But like I said, for us this month, October is such a great month, and I think the whole thing about wearing pink or that awareness and that encouragement for people to examine themselves, and if they have a problem, to present for care is what we need to be driving this month.
So it is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Dr. Elebute has given us some information, and it might be for you or a friend or a family member. Please go and get checked out. You never know what you might be catching early enough to deal with it. All right, then we have to take a quick break. Thank you so much, Doctor. We have to take a quick break. We will be back after this.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I mean, you know, when it's cooking time, there might be a lot of chaos happening. But anyways, we got it under control because our chef is here and she's really, really hard at work. Chef, how's it going?
Fine.
All right, so we're slicing our ugu now.
Yeah.
So now, is there an alternative? In case you're just joining us, we're making okra. Now, it's not seafood okra, but okra, right? And our chef is here. And right now, we literally have our meat on the fire already. In case you want to try that at home, it's okra, dry fish, snail, meat, native seasoning, peppers, vegetable, and we're making that with semovita, semolina. Feel free to use whatever swallow you like. You can use gari if you like.
Yam.
You can use pounded yam. You can use, what else can we use?
Fufu.
Wheat. You can use fufu. Ooh, okay, so in this pot, what do we have here? We have our
meat.
Yes.
And some scattered panla.
Some scattered panla. Okay, and what's going in next? Because that's actually really
I'm just
boiling
waiting for it to get soft a bit before adding the fish.
The fish, all right.
Alongside with the blended pepper already.
With the blended pepper. All right, okay. I think it's not soft yet.
No.
Okay, so let me bring up. Pepper has been blended. That's a lot of pepper.
You.
Are we using all the pepper?
I don't
Maybe
know. I'll just
You don't know yet.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so amazing. So tell me, what would you say is your number one kitchen, should I say hack? Let's say on that day you want to actually do something really quick. What would you say is something that you always make sure you do? Some people say, oh, they prepare their tomato mix so that they just bring it down and whip what they want. Some people say, once I have a sharp knife, I'm good. For you as a chef, cooking for this long, what is that thing that literally just makes the process seamless for you?
Once I have every of my ingredients available, within 5-10 minutes, I'm done.
Okay, so are you those kind of people that literally go to the market and cook on the same day? Or do you go to the market, prep all that down, and then the day you're ready to cook,
most times, I go to the market before the day to cook a particular meal.
Okay.
Sometimes, like for my vegetables, I normally get them fresh. So I go on that day. I normally go earlier before time, maybe in the morning, early in the morning. So prepare everything down just like this.
Okay. Then you start cooking. All right, amazing. Sounds great. Is that ready yet? Not yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Just give it a little bit of time and all of. So while we're waiting, what do we do now? You want to debone? Are you going to debone this?
No, I don't.
You just put it in whole like that?
Yes, I'll wait for the water to boil a bit. So I used to rinse it.
Rinse it. Okay, because it's actually very good. We actually rinse this very well. Because of smoke, smokes, insects, and all that. All right, amazing. All right, and then we have our okra. Now let's talk about how you deal with the cost of things in the market now, considering everything that is happening. How?
We're managing.
We're managing. And how do you maintain that quality of the meals you actually prepare? Because I know, I'm sure your customers are used to a certain type of standard.
My clients,
yes,
before going to the market, I tell them that in case things change, definitely price is going to change. Though I do have a fixed price, so sometimes if I'm getting a particular order, I tell them, okay, you know, it's market today. I have to go to the market to go get things. In case things change, I have to let you know that, okay. And
then they will mark up.
But for the one I sell on a daily basis, it's my normal price, still the same quality.
Still the same quality. All right, amazing. That's actually what we want. We want the same price, the same quality. We're here with Chef Idofe. Did I get that right?
Yes.
What does Idofe mean? Ewo.
It's actually my grandfather's name.
Okay.
So the name I was supposed to use, as at the time I tried registering my business, they told me it's already in use.
Okay.
So I was just like, okay, let me come up with something different. So I had to use my grandfather's name.
That's actually, I love it because it's a real native Edo name. All right. So do you speak a language?
A little.
We need to do better. We need to definitely do better because, I mean, it's amazing having you here. And of course, our okra is on the way. Meat stock and fish are in that pot right now, getting nice and boiled. We have water in here. We're waiting for that to get cooked, boiled, so that we can rinse our fish before adding it in there. And before you know it, our okra and everything going right into the pot. We have the ingredients on the screen for you again, in case you want to try this recipe at home. Simple: okra, dry fish, snail meat, native seasoning, and of course some seasoning cubes if you would like. Some peppers, fresh peppers, of course, that's sourdough. Vegetables, we're using ugu today, and of course, we're making this with semolina. All right, is it ready? Is it ready? Not yet.
Okay, it is. So
it's ready, Abby? Okay, now, so yes, the fish will go in now. We just rinse it a bit, and then put it all in there. Make sure you rinse your fish. It's very, very important because you know this fish, the fish usually is being smoked outside in the open. Some of them stay out for days before you definitely buy it and all of that. So make sure you rinse it. So we are going to allow our chef do that while we head over to the couch where MM is standing by.
When was the last time you calculated your BMI? What is a BMI? Well, we have our nutritionist here, Oluwaseun Adewale. She's a registered nurse, wellness coach, and weight loss consultant. She's dedicated to promoting healthier, more vibrant lifestyles. She's also the founder of Delight Juices and Smoothies, a health-focused brand that specializes in crafting nutritious recipes, smoothies, and juices that align with her mission of holistic well-being. And today, we look at the conversation around BMI, Body Mass Index. How are you doing this morning, Cheryl?
Fine, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Looking bright.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So quickly talk to us. What is a BMI and why is a BMI important?
BMI is a screening tool and also a calculation using the weight and height to identify an individual's weight. And the reason why we need to do this BMI is to know where we fall, either underweight, either normal or overweight.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the body mass index. Weight plus height.
No.
How is it calculated?
Weight over height.
Weight over height.
Yes.
Okay, so let's use your weight over height as an example in calculating, your BMI. Yeah. Right. So help us kindly, establish what is underweight, normal weight and overweight.
Can I?
Yes, so please go ahead.
Thank you. So these are the BMI ranges.
We are going to school this morning, guys, so please pay attention.
So these are the BMI ranges. Okay. If you fall below 18.4, it means that you are underweight.
Okay, so please, 18.4 now, so let's start with your weight.
Okay.
Over your height. Yeah, so let's start from that. Let's calculate from...
Oluwaseun.
Yes.
My weight is 62 kg.
Okay.
Like I said, BMI is weight over height squared.
Okay.
In meters and weight in kg.
In kg, not... Yeah.
So Oluwaseun's weight is 62 kg. And my height is 160 centimeter. 160 I have to convert the 160 centimeter to meters. 1 meter equal to 100 centimeters. So X equal to 160 centimeter.
Okay.
Then when you cross multiply, you have 160 over 100, giving me 1.6. So 1.6 squared, which means 1.6 times 1.6.
Yeah.
So that's 62 over 2.54. Okay. Then 24.
Okay. So this is the total sum after calculating your weight over your height.
Height squared.
Weight. Okay.
Yeah. So if you fall within the range 18.5 to 24.9, it means that you're on the normal weight.
Okay.
Just like Oluwaseun, 24. It falls within the normal range.
Okay.
And if it's 25 to 29.9, it means the person is overweight. And then if it's within 30 to 34.9, obese, greater than 35, extremely obese. But there are some factors that could influence the reading. Okay. And this factor means that, okay, for someone that is fit, someone that goes to gym often, or the athletes, they have more muscles. Okay. And then the muscle and the fat, they weigh exactly. Okay. So you might feel like, okay, this person is having higher BMI, and then they still look healthy. It doesn't mean that they are overweight. It's just that the muscle weighs the same way as the fat with the hair.
Okay.
So that is it.
So in that case, that is a cause for concern.
Exactly.
All right, fantastic. So now that we've calculated that, let's continue our conversation right here on the couch. You would not say we've not done anything for you this morning, guys. We have taught you how to calculate your body mass index. For those of you who have been confused as to what is this BMI about, how can I calculate it? Now, let's talk about those who fall in the underweights, right? What are before they go to the hospital, what are the things that they need to do? What are the nutrients that they need to, equip their bodies with or nurture their bodies with, for them to be able to meet the required weights? Yeah.
So one of the reasons why people fall below the normal range, that is underweight,
yeah,
is that because they are not fueling their body enough with the required food. Yes, because if you are not fueling your body enough, the body uses the stored ones to fuel itself. Yes, so then they start wasting, or they are not adding weight. So one of the things you have to do is that ensure that you're consuming the right diet, balanced diets especially. You're drinking enough water, you are exercising, involving in physical activity. Because when you add up more muscles, then it weighs, then you come on the normal range.
Okay. So now you talked about building more muscles. Is that focusing on more proteins?
Yes,
more
and
vegetables?
Also involving in physical activities.
And in getting involved in more physical activities. Fantastic. So now let's move over to the overweight. Because for a normal weight, you're all weights, you're all right. But the overweight, what has to be done if you fall under the overweight
to like maintain a normal weight?
Exactly.
Yeah, like I said earlier, eating balanced diets. Reduce your consumption of processed foods like sugar. All these things, they get to store as what we call triglyceride. When they store as that triglyceride is for just a future use, like energy being stored for future use. And then when you overload the body more than what it requires, like more carbs, then it gets storing it as triglyceride, then leading to fat.
Yes.
Yes. So you have to reduce your carbs intake, ensure that you take more vegetables, involve in physical activities, drink enough water, eat in a moderate, ensure that you're observing the portion control. Yes, like not that you take carbs 3 times in a day. Yes, and ensure that what you're having on your plate is more veggies, vitamins, like that.
Okay, and I'm sure this also applies to people who are also in the obese category and the extremely obese. So yesterday, right, I had beans. Very, very little, portion of rice. Very, very little portion of rice. And then I had moi moi and then eggs and proteins, like my beef, because for proteins, beans, And then in the afternoon, I had waffles and ice cream. And I felt so guilty because, it was guilty pleasure for me, to be honest, because I felt like, I shouldn't have done that because I had managed, to maintain that balanced diet in the morning. And then I just ruined, my diet for the day, having waffles and ice cream. Let's talk a little bit about the implications for that quickly.
You had it late at night or?
No, just in the afternoon. Just right before 4 p.m.
It's not like you have it often. It's just once in a while.
Yes.
These things are unavoidable. You can't do without them.
Right.
So having them in a portion, in a small quantity,
that's okay.
You can just have it once in a week, once, twice, once in 3 weeks, like that. So it doesn't spoil anything.
It doesn't ruin any. Okay. So I'm right on track, right? Thank you so much. To be honest, I've been a little confused about how the BMI works, and you helping us, rein in on that, help, enlighten it. It's quite. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll have to go on a quick break now. It's the top of the hour, people. The show continues in a bit. Stay with us. Good morning, beautiful people. We hope that you are feeling charged up this morning because it's all about embracing today with a positive mindset.
Yes, indeed. Time to shift into high gear. Time to conquer the rest of the week like champions that we are. And we're going to turn all those morning blues into something more colorful, shall we?
Yes, yes, yes. So whether you're heading to work or just dropping the kids at school or just enjoying a lazy morning, Wake Up Nigeria is always here to guide you into that extraordinary day. And talking about extraordinary,
yes,
something sizzling in the kitchen.
Yes, so
the aroma is filling the air.
Something smells good.
Remember, okra is healthy as well.
Very, very healthy. Extremely.
So we're here with Chef Idofe, and she's working her magic in a very swift way. She's literally not even taking any chances right now. The semo is actually ready, almost ready, right? It's been turned. You just add a little water and leave that to boil for a bit. In our okra pots, we literally have everything in, right? Our meat, our fish, our oil, our seasoning, everything is in. It's just left to put in the okra, which she's doing right now. And of course, you know, by the time the okra goes in the okra, we're waiting for again, we're basically done. Our fish and snail standing by to go in as well. Our ugu also ready to go in. That's it.
You know, it's been a while. I actually had just okra without ogbono soup.
Really?
Yeah, I always have my ogbono my okra in my ogbono.
Really?
Yeah, I love the combination. There's just something about it.
Isn't that a bit much, though?
No, it's not. And then, I always have egusi by the side as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Foodie alert. All right.
Yeah.
So the green of the okra is really, really healthy as well. That's one of the healthiest parts. Don't cook it too much, please. Just simmer it. My name is Titilayo Omiso.
And I'm Email Koche. Remember, guys, that you can watch the show live on GOTV channel 16 and UHF 49.
And for people on the go, you want to keep up the energy, we are streaming live on YouTube. And of course, we have a mobile app, Google Play, iOS. No matter what you're using, we're in your hands, no stress.
Yes, and also you can hit us up on all our social media platforms, X, Facebook, Instagram. Yes, we are right there in your face. Right, just use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. And our social media platforms at tvcentertainment_. Let's dive right into what we have left in the second half of the show. Finally, Chioma Chigol Emerua is a master of ceremonies, singer, TV host, actor, and comedian. Over a decade, she has explored her many talents in the media and entertainment industry, locally and internationally. And she is one of the stars of the Inside Life series. She'll be here to share her story with us.
Yeah.
And the lineup we have in the second
Yes,
half.
Indeed. And I'm really looking forward to that relationship conversation.
Right,
Yes,
and
so
that's coming right after now.
Yes.
Stay with us, people.
Welcome back. Now, we've been having a really exciting time with Hannah Jonathan over the past few weeks. Now, she is a pioneering figure in the Nigerian intimacy wellness industry. Now, she's the first certified clinical sexuality coach and one of the foremost intimacy experts in the country. Today, we are discussing spicing up the other room. And indeed, we know a lot about spices here at Wake Up Nigeria. We do a lot of cooking. You know, our chefs bring in a lot of different spices. When we say spicing up the other room, what exactly do we mean? Welcome back to the show, by the way.
Thank you so much. It means what it means, right? It means what you do here every time. Because every time I come here, I am just, I always get this different kind of smell, different flavor. And I'm like, I was asking him behind, camera, I'm like, do you people eat this every day? Like, this is a lifestyle.
Okay.
And the truth about spicing up the bedroom is you will get tired naturally. You can't eat one meal continuously, you would get bored. So the truth is you have to spice it up. Yeah. How do you eat the same thing in 10 different ways? Okay. How do you marinate it today, fry it tomorrow, grill it next day, boil it? You just have to do something. And most times we find out we do these things before marriage. We are always spicing it up. I can't wait to see you. Let's go out for lunch. Let's go out for dinner. Or let's talk, getting gifts. But what happens after you walk down the aisle? Okay. You feel, oh, she's not mine. Why do I have to bother? No, that is when the job really starts. Okay. That's when you need to do a whole lot of things, and that's where spicing up comes in.
So my next question now is there more responsibility on the man or the woman to spice things up?
I would say both. Okay. I wouldn't say, because before marriage, a man runs after you. Why? He doesn't want someone else to take what he wants.
Okay.
But you see, most times after marriage, it becomes, oh, she's mine, right? And I tell women, the moment you feel he's not coming forth, get what you want.
Okay.
So if it means buying a game, you know, let's play this game. Because now it's no longer his job. It is our job.
Okay.
For this marriage to work, it's you and I. It's not just him. If I wait on him, he'll tell you I have a lot of things to do. Stress, I come back from work late, I'm tired. What about me?
So, you know, we discussed, I think, on the first week when you came for the show, you talked about a number of times a year. You said 52, a minimum of 52 times.
No, minimum of 12 times a year.
12 times a year?
Yeah, that's once a month.
Once a month, not once a week.
No, once a month.
Oh, once a month.
For those who are not available or who are probably
once a
together.
month, 12
minimum
times a year.
once a month.
But
that's also a sin.
That's not easy for okay. So what I'm saying, spice it up now. I'm thinking about, is it a physical thing? Is it about looks? Is it about dressing? Is it about hygiene and grooming, for instance? Where do all these things fall on the list?
So spicing it up cuts across everything.
Okay.
Right? And the reason why I would say minimum of once a month is because when you do something today, right, it could last that home for another 2 weeks.
Okay.
That love, that feeling.
Okay.
And so you have another 2 weeks to relax and then start all over again, right? For you to spice it up, you need to find out what's that thing your partner complains about.
Okay.
Right? Probably your dressing and or you could bring in games. There are a whole lot of games.
Okay. You mean like card games?
Yes. Card games, board games.
Okay.
You know, and these games cut across different levels.
Okay.
Depending on how adventurous or how wild you might want to go.
Okay.
Right? There are games that, there are also card games that you can use to ask yourself deep questions you wouldn't ask on a normal day.
Okay.
Especially in marriage, you need to ask yourself those questions.
Okay.
How do you feel? What have I done? You know, what is that thing that I did to you
The last time.
I don't know I did, but means a lot to you. You know, so those little things. And it's not just about couple, it cuts across your children as well.
Okay.
Because these games will help you realize a lot of things you never knew.
Interesting.
So it is very important.
I've always thought about the other room as a safe space, you know, but for some people, they've come to a point where they even avoid it at times. Yeah. So this is like a clarion call to those who have probably been avoiding it to understand that it's important. But let's give them a why. Why is it important to spice it up?
So it is very important to do that because spicing it up brings you back to why you are here.
Okay.
Why did I marry you? Why am I married to you?
Okay.
Right? Because you are bound to forget. You are bound to get angry. Oh, I don't like what Titi did. You know, I don't want to be with her again. Why did I even marry you? But you see, when you bring in these games, you do a lot. Sometimes you have to dress up. It won't cost you anything. You know, it goes along. I know it can be scary for some people. You are done. I've had a client who dressed up, and I'm like, okay, go meet him. And she's like, I can't leave the room until you're already dressed up. You just have to just walk. Right? And the truth is, there are so many games out there. There are so many toys. There are so many things you can do.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be in the bedroom.
Okay.
You could do it outside the bedroom, and then it ends up in the bedroom. So it's a whole lot.
Interesting. Just make sure the kids are either away at grandma's or or having a sleepover at a friend's house or something
Even
like
if
that.
you're not at grandma's, you know, you need to get to the point where even the kids will be like, you know what, can both of you just leave us? Just go and do your thing. And that's the truth about what marriage is.
Some people are a little afraid of that. So spicing things up for some couples might be a little bit too adventurous for their environment. There are a lot of people that live in smaller spaces and they don't really have that many options. So what would you advise then? Do you advise they leave that space, go out somewhere once a month, or, you know, figure things out in that same space?
So it is very important. I always tell people, as much as you save to buy that car, you save for that investment, you save to do that project, save for intimacy.
Okay.
We don't have an account for intimacy. We must have an account for intimacy. It is very important. So if you're saying once a month or once in every 2 months, based on how Nigeria is now, it is fine. Just take yourself out on a Friday. And by the time you're coming back on Sunday or Saturday evening, you know that
you're back.
You're on your own. You know that you are exhausted, right?
Okay,
You know you have done everything or anything. Because it takes you that number of days and weeks to plan ahead.
Sure.
And so mentally, you are going there knowing that, you know what, this is me.
Okay.
I'm not thinking about the kids. I'm not thinking about any other person. Yeah. I just want to have fun, and you're going to have the fun. So save it, even if it means, saving 1K or 2K every week or every other time. Just do it, and you will see the difference.
All right. So yes, there are a lot of different ways to cook rice. Add curry today, turmeric tomorrow. Jollof it the next time. Having white rice every day can be a little boring. We're talking about spicing up the other room right now, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on what we've talked about. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us with TVCE, Wake Up Nigeria TVCE on Instagram. All right, then. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me again.
Let's take that quick break. We'll be back after this. Wow. Even the trailer is just... Wow, the masterpiece we never knew we needed.
The masterpiece we never knew we needed, Titi. On the couch right here is one of the stars of the Inside Life series, Chioma Omerwa. She is a master of ceremonies. She's a singer, TV host, actor, and comedian.
Yes, so for over a decade plus, she's explored many talents in the industry. She's a polyglot, right? Polyglot.
And she's a polymath as well, because she can also do so many other things.
Yes.
Listen,
honestly.
English is Englishing.
Yes, so Chigo, it's great to have you back on the show.
It's been a minute, right?
Oh, it has.
I'm always here promoting something I've done. I'm always, I feel like I should come and work here now.
Please do. We'll give you an office.
It's really hard to, I think you're incredible, by the way. I think you're incredible. How you're able to, maintain this accent, yet still be able to switch in between different accents. You do the Igbo one really well, other than the fact that, you're Igbo.
Yeah.
You do the Yoruba one well. Yeah. I mean, you just switch, and you know how to speak so many languages as well.
Yes, we try. I mean, I speak Igbo, Hausa, French, Spanish, and of course English. Wow. And I've dabbled in about 6 or 7 others.
Wow.
I started learning, at the time I was actually doing 6 languages in school, in college, in the US at the time. So I just, and now, and it's weird, I was just talking about it to one of the guests outside, how as a child, watching like a show, watching TV, I could cram like the intro, like the beginning montage of a show. But mathematics in class, 0%. Nothing for me in the school. But I realize now that maybe that was the way I learned, and then I like languages. I've always been interested in them. I'm even right now I'm doing using Duolingo to polish my Spanish and Portuguese, and doing some music and Italian.
Amazing. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I know we have to talk about Inside Life now. There's so much in terms of cinematography, screenplay, the cast, the lighting, the music.
Oh my God.
It's definitely a masterpiece. I want to find out from you what it was like being on a set with such a perfectionist like Clarence.
Yes, Clarence is I like to call him an enigma, I guess, because Clarence does not function. I don't want to say not normal, but his level of when it comes to just his eye for detail and just how deep he wants, when he wants something represented to the public, his work. So there's a level of, there's a depth he wants you to go to, and I wasn't necessarily even sure about. I was like, why? I don't know why of all the people he sought to say, come and do this, sickness me.
I think you were perfect for that role, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think you were perfect for
Let's let people know what the role was all about.
Yes, so go ahead.
So I play Adobe. She's wife to her husband, Oga Chim. Hello, who in I don't want to give it all away, but so you can see that if you've watched it, she has no child of her own. A first child has come from outside.
Okay.
She's raised that one to a certain level, and then one day she opens the door and here's a second child.
Wow.
So, and I think it looks like for me, when I first watched it on the 11th that day, and I realized, oh wow, this may have just pushed her over the edge. So she's she's such a monster. Like she's evil.
She's evil.
And but it took so much for me to even play that. It was gritty, it was dark, it was heavy. I was like, Clarence, why now? Why so heavy?
but it was really a lot for me to get into, and I'm glad I was able to sort of like chew that and just try and eat it up and make myself.
So it took you away from the comedic roles.
I ran from the comedy.
Yeah, I think it actually showed your range as an actress. Yeah. It actually really did, because that was the first time we were seeing you thrown into, a character that would never ever thought that you could, play, and you did it so well.
Thank you so much.
But I would like to know what was going on in your mind, because I watched the series Inside Life, and I saw that every character sold the dream, which was Clarence's dream. You could see the intentionality with, portraying for every character. So what was the mental work it took for you, also in articulating Clarence's dream, in living that dream, which was your character?
Clarence was with, the thing about Clarence is with us.
On set.
On set, in set, by the set, So from getting there in the morning and then, you get this brief about what he wants you to do in every scene, how he wants you to play it. And even you, because like I said, Clarence he's anal about certain things. So there are certain times you'll be like, almost like the way we do things, which is always in a rush and in a hurry.
Yeah.
But Clarence would make you do this scene
over and over.
And you're like, why?
Was it not good?
Lord, was I not okay that last time?
No.
But he even the way he wants your fingers a certain way, he wants your mouth a certain way, he wants your look a certain way, he wants you to emote a certain way. No, pull back, go forward. So he's giving you those directions even for you as a character. So he was very hands-on. Like Clarence was like he birthed this project and he saw that process of the birthing of it all the way to the end, all the way through. So I think with all of us, and I think all of the actors would agree, that he was a really good guide in just making sure that you brought out what needed to be brought out of you as that character.
Yeah. So can I take this one?
Yeah.
You know why? Because I kind of feel like it felt like it was supposed to be a movie that eventually elongated into it, because it was too much for just one movie. That's why it kind of felt like every single episode was feature length. It felt like each episode was a movie in itself. The responses from fans, people that have watched it, let's talk a bit about those.
Very, I'm also a fan as
Okay.
well. So because I watch everything from, automatically when I was like, okay, this series is out, I'm gonna go see episode 5 and just see what I did, just because of nervousness of wanting to watch myself. But I to the end. And first of all the other actors in it, Meg and Gabriel and Jigon and everybody inside, and the young ladies, and I got to see everybody in their element at the prime and just doing amazing things. And I was like, okay, that's why you're an actor. Okay, I see. That's why you love this craft so much, because I can see this in what you're doing. And
so you know what? Let's hold that thought. Let's take the trailer again. Let's take the trailer again so we can give people a taste of what we're talking about. It's gritty.
It is really gritty. There's so much gore in that. Let's talk a little bit about some of the debates that has gone on in the movie industry, and that has to do with the risk of using new faces in a movie project, right? A lot of film producers or filmmakers are usually very skeptical about using because of the sellability of the movie. But Inside Life, a lot of new faces were used. Their characters were beautifully represented and depicted. Everyone played a phenomenal role. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, because you were also in the project as well.
I think Clarence, this all boils down to Clarence as a director and just as a person. I think he had an idea of what he wanted, and I think he did a really good job of looking through people and faces of who could do what, when, why. I'm sure he did auditions and this. So you could just tell that he knew, and he was like, and Clarence is a risk taker. He takes risks. That's what he does. As a person, as a music director, he's always taking risks. And I think this was a risk that paid off because the actors are phenomenal. Like some of, I was like, some of them I don't know. The ones I've worked with that I got to know. I was like, even these little girls, I was like,
He's literally made stars
Where
from
these
this.
children been at? Where the kids been? You know, so it's and I'm so glad that he did this, and I just pray that it's just going to keep going and going and going, and that the new faces. I always believe that when it's your time, it's your time.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
And for me, what I believe is that this is a launching pad for a lot of actors.
Very true.
So people will now be looking for them. And that's the joy we get of seeing the younger ones come up as well. So let's all get up together.
Yes, indeed.
It was such a beautiful, I mean, it was lovely having you right here.
Always.
I said, they need to hire me. Listen, I need to come work for TVC. Not the morning, because I'm not that early.
No,
give me an afternoon show. Like 1 o'clock.
The best thing about the breakfast show is the breakfast.
I know.
So let's head over there.
I'm looking at the kitchen from here. Like,
yeah, don't worry.
What they got over there?
Let's
okra soup.
Let's go.
This morning.
Yes.
Okay. I just have a full day.
Evening, you lot doing all right? Yeah, hope so. All right then. Here's what it is. I decided, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I decided that I'm going to stop thinking. No more. I'm not thinking anymore. I'm just leave it alone because I feel that every time I think a little more. So I just thought to myself, you know what? I think, leave it alone, because when I'm thinking, it makes my anxiety anxious. So that means it gives me what I call anxieticity. That's when your anxiety is anxious, So it's a double, anxiety. So I just thought, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to stop thinking now. I'm just leave it. Let it do what it does. I'm just not going to touch it anymore. No more thoughts.
Welcome to the kitchen.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. Amazing having you here. I watch your videos and I crack up every single time. All right, so I've been here with our chef, and she's been hard at work making this from scratch. So she made okra soup and some semovita.
Yes,
I would like for you to try it out and let us know exactly what you think about it.
All right, let's do the honors.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, the smell.
Chef,
the smell is
the smell is like.
Yeah. Chef, please tell us exactly what we have in the plates.
We have snail, cow beef, and some scattered.
This is scattered.
Yeah.
Scattered.
Assorted. She was saying scattered. Scattered. Wow, okay.
Okay,
so
the term scattered just threw me off. I'm sorry.
So this is the semo, right?
Yes.
You know how they normally hit it with fake.
Yes.
You know, because I like spoon. But I'm a spoonist because spoon is like insurance coverage. You know, you carry it. So, but let me just use with the fake now.
Please.
I will just let me just
let's
try my save.
You want to try yourself?
Yeah, we just hit it a little bit.
Okay.
See, it was scattered. Okay.
So what do you think? It's working.
It hit, right?
It's entry.
All right. So quickly, I need to give a quick birthday shout out to my sister. Today is her birthday. My only love of my life. I love you so much. Happy birthday, Rose.
Happy birthday,
I hope you have a beautiful year.
Happy birthday.
And,
Please come and carry your sister from here. But we've had a wonderful Wednesday right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah.
We'll be back again
tomorrow. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye.